fun. My name's Alex.
And my name is Dave, but Alex, where are you?
I'm behind this box.
This gigantic box of Fireball Island? That's the game that we're reviewing today? There you are. And the reason why this box is so big, it's because it houses this ridiculously cool 3D board. Now, I would lie to you if I were to say that I was not drawn by this and pretty excited to play it because it's a 3D board. Now, this is a throwback game. It's made like I think in the 1980s or maybe early 90s, but I'm pretty sure it was in the 80s, and it is Thursday, so it's kind of a throwback Thursday, but it's just Thursday today, and you're probably going to see this on the weekend. So no matter that, let's get to this game. So Fireball Island is a game where you have cards and you're going to be manipulating what you do, and basically it is a race game where you're trying to gather this jewel. And these adventurers, I don't know why they're trying to gather this jewel. It probably has powers, but there's not much theme in this racing game. It's a roll and move, and you're moving your characters along this board trying to do that and then retrieve the jewel and then get it back to the dock. But the twist is what? You actually get to knock people off the board with the fireball.
If you move this and then you push it, they'll go all the way down.
Oh, yeah.
People are up here, and then they'll have to go right here.
Yeah, and there are multiple fireballs, and you can't see this one here, but it goes down paths, and these paths actually are the track, and sometimes you're going to get burned. So without further ado, let's kick off this very first Alex's board game of Season 2. Did you know this was the first episode of Season 2 for your game? Oh man, I really miss doing reviews with you. So let's show you the contents in this box, which we have a big one right here, and then we'll show you how to play. Okay, so here we go. The first big piece, of course, is the 3D board. It's made of a plastic, and they use these kind of plastic molds in the 80s a lot. So they tried it with this, and I don't know if that's a good decision. I'll let you know if that works out in the end of the video. We'll go on to the next component. They're all really done nice. It's Milton Bradley, so of course the plastic pieces are going to be thick. You have the idol there. You have to put that together. Then you go to these little artifact or relic pieces. You're going to be getting these. They're going to have their purpose. Then you have the two plastic bridges here. They have one stand because these are going to be getting knocked over by the fireball sometimes. And then the other component we have here is the actual jewel itself. This is what you're trying to retrieve. And then you have the dice, simple, and the 4 player pieces. They're very small, but they're made this way so they're able to fit in these squares or rectangles. And I have the marbles. I have an extra one here, a colorful one. It didn't come with that. And this little bin here. So those are all the components other than the cards here, which of course this game is old, so they've taken a little wear, but they're pretty nicely done. Very simple though, just a little bit of art. It's done nicely. I like the art, and then just what it does. Very self-explanatory cards. Okay, so now let's set up the board and show you how to play. Okay, so we have the game set up with all the fireballs that you have here. You put the relic right here, and you're going to actually put a fireball in the idol. You set these little artifact pieces here. These are going to be giving you chances to do certain things, and I will get to that a little later. And then you'll take your player pieces. Now we'll just play with 2 players, and I'll be blue and Alex will be pink, and you'll set it up on the start position right here. And good job, Alex. She does a good job at remembering these games nowadays, better than me. And then you'll shuffle these cards and hand out 1 card to each player. So once you have that determined on the players as well, you'll put the amount of relics or artifacts, whatever you want to call them, in this position. This is the special point. Now there are different special points. So on your turn, you simply just roll and move. Like I said in the beginning of the video, you'll take this dice and move in one direction. You can move backwards, but you have to commit your whole move in one direction. This one here is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's all I do. Then I take a beat, and if people want to play cards on me, they can. Normally you can play any card on any turn, but there are some circumstances where you can't. But like if you have more than 1 card, you can play all of them if you want to. Your hand limit is 4. You acquire cards by actually moving on special spaces. So let's go over what these special spaces are. The first one that I want to talk about is this Witch Lord Step. This is where you get the magic charms. That's what they're called. And these magic charms allow you to refill your hand to 4 cards, or if you're able to get the special crystal here and put it inside of it, people can't play this card on you and it says take a card from somebody, and they can't play that card on you. That's the only benefit of having both those things there. So when you get to a special spot, though, if you have a 5 and you're right here, you have to stop on it and execute whatever it says. But the benefit of moving to a special spot, you get to draw another card and add to your hand. Again, your hand limit is 4, so you would have to discard if you have to draw more, or you just won't draw. The next point that I want to point out is, of course, where you can get the jewel and make it to the docks down here and win the game. This is Val-Car, of all car, the idle point. And once you get to him, you draw a card and you retrieve this, and you actually get to do a whole bunch of other steps. You refill your hand of 4 cards, and you get to take 3 extra rolls. It's giving you incentive, well, more of a head start, because people can pass by you and steal the jewel. Now, I didn't mention only one pawn can be on a spot. So if you land on somebody, you can choose to move to this spot here, or move to just stay right there. So that's one of the ways you can prevent yourself from going for it, and you might want to. But now, no 2 pawns can share the same spot. But if this person had the jewel and this blue guy passes them, he would take it, and now it would be on him or her to steal it. So that is the second special point. The other special point, you can see they're indicated with numbers. Now, instead of like moving this way, you can go to what they call a cave. Again, it's a special spot, and you draw a card, and then you will roll the dice again, and depending on the dice, you will move immediately to whatever number it says. Now, 5, I don't know where it is, but let's just, oh, it's right here. So he would move right there. So it might help you get to the point where you want to go, or it might just throw you off course. 4 is a dead end. Now, when you start your turn in a cave, you can either move out of it wherever you are with your roll, or you can re-roll and try to hit one of the numbers that's more desirable to you. But again, it's all luck based from there. So that is the third special point. And the last 2 special points are the dock and or the bridges. I didn't really go over the bridges too much when over setup, but you set them up over here, and this is the only way that you can really get to the dock and end the game. So once you get on the bridge, you have to stop, you draw a card, and then you commence. Now, it's just dangerous because there's a fireball that this guy can spew out right here at the bridge and knock those bridges down. And if somebody gets knocked down on the bridge here by the fireball, they will just go to the bottom here at the little point, and they will have to earn their way back up to the bridge. I didn't go over fireball, so let's go over that right now. When you roll a 1, you do not move. You actually have to pick a fireball, and if there's somebody in the path, even if it's just yourself, you have to choose that fireball, and then it will roll. Let's just push that one this way. And if anyone gets touched by it, they go to the nearest point that looks like these. These are smoldering points. They just get knocked back. So if they were to get hit by a fireball here, for instance, they would have to start their turn right here, but they get knocked down sideways. And this means that on their next turn, they lose it, and then they get set back up. That's basically their whole turn. And then when it comes back to them, they can roll again. So that's what happens if you get fireballed. There are other ways to fireball people too, like I showed you that one card, but mostly you're going to be fireballing people with the number 1. The one thing I do want to note, if you want to fireball out of the idol, you can move it any way that you want, or you can choose a fireball here. The fireballs always get placed back into position to where they left off. So you'll continue to do this process, rolling and moving and trying not to get fireballed and playing cards on people, ultimately trying to win the jewel from Val-Car and get back to the dock with it and sail off this 3D island to win the game. And if people don't steal it from you, like I said, they can steal it from you by passing. It will be an easy way to go, but it's not as simple as it sounds. So now let's go over some of the cards just to show you what's on them. This magic talisman, you can stop a fireball action from happening. Reroll and reroll, fireball, cancel any card except fireball card. So that's pretty cool. Move ahead 4 spaces, and instead of rolling the dice, sure, sweetheart, let me see it. That's move ahead 5 spaces instead of rolling dice. So that was a good segue, sweetheart. This fake jewel right here is special because if somebody tries to steal it from you, you're able to actually play this card and then they don't get to steal it from you. So it's good to have one of those in your repertoire and your 4-hand limit. So those are all the cards. Now let's get into what we think about this game and give it a grade. Let's go. Alright, I want to start by saying thanks to my friend Don, who has let me borrow this game for far too long because he's been waiting for a review of it, and I wanted to review it because this game is highly out of print if you haven't guessed already. And I didn't want to pay a lot of money to review a game that looks really appealing. So I lucked out, so thank you so much, Don, for really going all out and let me borrow this for longer than a year. So now we're going to go over the grades, and they're going to go as follows. In Alex's board game stand, we do check minuses as bad games, just a stinker, and we do check an okay game, probably a pretty good game, and then we do a check plus as a great game. If you don't have it, then poo-poo on you. Okay, so with poo-poo on you said, well, what grade are you going to give this one?
I'm going to give it a check because
okay, tell me why. Yeah.
Every time we get a 1, and
Yeah.
we're up here, and someone has to do that, I don't like it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna say that too. That is very frustrating. You're so close, and then I mean, the statistics of you rolling a 1 every time that you get so close are maybe slim, but it happens, and it happened to us a lot, as you can see. All right, I'm so close. I'm about to win. Are you? We're both gonna get knocked down. I guess I gotta do this one. All right, babe. I know you're gonna win. Hopefully you roll a 1. Come on, roll a 1. Roll a 1. Ah, yes, you have to knock us both down. It's a sacrifice I'm willing to take. All right, babe. Somebody's gonna win this game. Just anything. I don't care if you surpass me. Just don't roll a 1, okay?
Okay.
Just don't roll 1. Oh, yeah. We've made it back up here for the 4th time. I just can't roll a 1. Are you kidding me? But tell me, do you like the game, or what things do you like about it?
Well, I like about it that, the characters, they're really good color, and I like this one more.
Yeah, what about the fireballs on the board? What do you think about that?
Yeah, and I like the crystal. It's the best.
So, do you like the way that the game is? You
Yeah.
like how to play it? Would you like the board more, or do you like to play it more?
I would play more, but...
Okay, so give a good check. Very frustrating, yes. Okay, so with her check, and now, I was excited about this game. As you can see, it's very visually appealing, and it really grips you, and you want to play it. I'm really beating around the bush here. I'm giving this game a check. Just a check based on the components alone. The gameplay is a check minus for me. We have come a long way since these roll and move race type games. So I'm cutting a little bit of slack there. And I'm also giving it a check ultimately because it's such a well-made game, in a sense. I mean, this board is godly, and so is this box. Good luck trying to store this on your shelf. But the other components are done well too. I mean, they're just marbles here, but it does. Again, I would be lying if I wasn't intrigued by that. So that's really the only thing that's holding this game to a check is its gimmick. So the gameplay is, it's pretty boring. It's either you roll and move and you might have a card and you can go to these special places if you want, but it's I don't know, it's so random. And when you get a fireball, I mean, there's talismans to mitigate that, but it's more often than not going to knock you all the way back and then you lose a turn. And I don't know. I've played a lot of roll and move games in my life, and I would not go seeking this one out with the crazy inflated price that it is because it's out of print. Yes, it has a pretty cool board, but that's really it. The gameplay, I don't know. It's really frustrating. As you've seen in that little montage video that we did there, I mean, really, that is reality. We got here every time, and you have to take a fireball, even if it's on you, and push it. And you're going to get hit every time if you're on the trail. The bridge, I mean, you might get hit there, but most often than not, you're going to get hit there. It's a cool gimmick. I like the whole, like, rolly thing there, but that's where it falls for me. So, that's it for me on Fireball Island, and is that it from you, Alex, on Fireball Island? So thank you so much for tuning in to our review today. Really do appreciate it. I'm very sad that this game wasn't great, but it is something, it's a discussion starter. There you go. And if you have this game, good for you, because you have a small gold mine, because this is really expensive. So thank you so much. Again, until next time that we see you, I've been Dave.
I've been Alex.
And have a great rest of your day, and a great time with what? All that you play. Thanks for watching Alex's Board Game Stand. We're out. Bye.